What's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Yak Pack Outdoors. And check it out, guys. In today's episode, we're going to be doing exactly what you saw in the title. We're going to be talking about what are the best lures to use in the summertime. Now, this is just my personal preference. This is what I like to use. Now, experiences may vary, experiences may differ, whatever. If you like using other things, that's completely okay. I'm not telling you have to go use this exact stuff right here. Not the case by any means. I'm just trying to kind of give you guys a different approach, a different avenue of approach to take for if you're struggling summertime fishing. Maybe try out some of these baits or techniques or whatever. You know, if I start struggling, you know, you guys can drop your comments on stuff that you love using in the summertime, and then I'll pick those suggestions up. Always love talking to you guys in the comments. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get started with the video. All right, so what we're going to talk about first is the very first thing that, you know, when it becomes summertime, the number one thing that I will throw mainly, that is going to be a Senko or a trick worm style bait. Check this out, guys. All right, now I want to point something out to you guys really quick. All right, these are just deep creek sinking catches, Senkos, whatever you want to call them. So here we've got two color Senkos. These are probably the only color Senkos that you'll ever actually see me buy, just because these two colors, in my opinion, they work the best. I've got a black with red flake in it. That's for sunny days. And I've got a black with blue flake in it. That's for cloudy days. Keep it simple. I literally keep it that simple. I don't go out and buy watermelon with red flake Senkos and then green pumpkin and chartreuse dip tail, and I don't make it that complicated. Like, it's just fishing. Like, we don't have to make it that complicated, guys. Two colors, all right? Black with red flake, black with blue flake. That's it. The next, we've got a solid black trick worm right here. I'll put this on a shaky head, or I'll throw it weightless, or I'll throw it with an 1/8 ounce tungsten weight. There's millions of ways to rig these up. These are some of the best big fish catchers in the summertime, or numbers, if you're going for numbers as well, either way. I swear by these things, especially in the summertime, guys, especially on something weightless or very, very light, like even a really, really light shaky head. These things are deadly, guys. I put the hammer down on some fish in this private lake back in Georgia, probably about 2 years ago. Funny story, the guy told me, he said, yeah, you can come fish it, but I tell you what, he was like, you ain't gonna catch no fish. And I was like, would you just challenge me as a man? I was like, did you just try me? Is that what just happened? And no, I'm playing. But no, he didn't think there was any fish in there. Like, he'd seen, I think he said he saw 2 carp, but he didn't think there was any bass or anything like that. I went out there, guys, couldn't get him to eat a chatterbait or a spinnerbait. Okay, we'll get into that here in a second, but I couldn't get him to eat that. So next thing up, I was like, okay, they don't want anything at all that's moving. I'm just gonna dead stick this. And guys, let me tell you what, I probably caught, I don't know, 60 largemouth that day. Granted, none of them were over 3 pounds. Like, 3 pounds was probably like the biggest, and I only probably caught, I don't know, let's say probably 4 or 5 3-pounders. But I cleaned up, and I caught probably every largemouth in that lake. And but I went back and I showed the guy the videos and the pictures and stuff like that, and he was like, okay, I have largemouth in here. Like, it just blew his mind, because forever he'd always fish it, and he'd never caught anything. He'd use live bait and everything. Anyways, I digress. It's really crazy, really cool story. All right, so to kind of go along with those worm style baits, next up we've got big worms. Okay, everybody has heard at one point or another, or if you haven't, you now are right now. Hey, I'm with you. I got you. Look, I'm with you. Big worms, 8+ inch worms. All right, guys. So what we've got here first is some yum worms. I actually got these out of the Monster Bass box this June box. And then next up, we've got some, as of right now, they are unreleased, but some 13 fishing curly tail worms. These are called Big Squirm, okay? And this is a black, oh, dropped it. This is in a black and tan color. Now these, like I said, these are unreleased as of right now. They'll be released at YACHT 2019 this year, so July 9th, 10th-ish, that's when they're gonna release these bad boys in. And I've used them, I've caught fish. You'll see a video popping up right here. As well as down in the description, there's tons of videos. Caught a really big fish on one of these the other day, so I'll link those videos above and down below. That way you guys can check that out for yourself. Like, yes, they absolutely work. All right, guys, and to go along with the big worm thing, it's summertime now, and you always hear of people throwing just really big worms. I think there's one even called the jelly worm, I believe. I think it's 12 inches, maybe 13 inches. Just an absolute big worm. You throw that weightless on a really big hook, and it really drives those big fish crazy. A lot of my friends, especially down here in Florida, have caught some just straight up slabs on dead middle of the summer, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 97 degrees outside. Absolute just, oh man. Absolute just monster fish on really big worms. So moving away from slow moving baits or a very subtle presentation, we're gonna have some swim baits, okay? Some soft plastic swim baits. Right here we've got the Jerk from 13 Fishing. Again, unreleased, but they will be released at YACHT. I'm sure some of you will probably be watching this video after YACHT is already over, and these are on the shelves at your local tackle shop. But again, video's linked up and one of the, actually up there. And then down below as well if you guys want to actually see these in action. Really good baits. If you want to see them in action before you pull the trigger on them and buy them, I'm telling you, solid baits. And then also you've got some Gambler Big Easies. Now these things are Gold Rush color, not the best color, but this is Florida. So the Gambler Big Easy is a must-have. Here we got the Jerk. Really cool little split tail, but also at the same time kind of like a paddle. Really uniquely designed tail. And we've got the Big Easy right here. This thing is always a no-fail. You throw this weight, I mean, these are heavy already, so you throw these weightless. You can throw them on a weighted hook, doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, weightless or weighted, doesn't matter. But I will tell you this: when you throw something weightless, it does allow it to have just the exact action that the bait was designed to have. Kind of gives it a more natural presentation. But with swim baits, there's no specific brand that I like to use. I would say the Zoom Flukes or the Zoom Super Flukes. Those are probably the best. I mean, because you can, you know, fish tearing things up, man. They absolutely tear them up. And you can always go to Walmart and you can grab a pack with the quickness. I mean, if you are just in dire need of some soft plastic swim baits, the Super Flukes or the Flukes is just it's a no-brainer. Walmart's got them for $2.86 a pack, so good pickup there. You definitely can catch numbers and or big fish with soft plastic swim baits. So moving right along, we've got search baits, okay? Now what am I gonna be using for search baits? So I'm gonna be using spinner baits and lipless crankbaits, all right? This is my, you know, I do crankbait fish also, guys, but just lipless, I love throwing lipless crankbaits. I always have and always will. I actually caught a 6-pound smallmouth on a lipless crank. I just caught a whole bunch of huge, just monstrous fish on lipless crankbaits. But this one, I'm gonna show you guys this one real quick. This is my absolute favorite lipless crankbait of all time. Color and everything. This is a 6 cents Quake 70 in 4K shad. That is the color, 4K shad, okay? And the detail on this little lipless crankbait, I'm telling you guys, these things are killer. The hooks are extremely stout. The bait, you can hear it right there, the bait's just super loud. You know, if you're actually, you know, making bomb casts, just launching as far as you can, and you're just wanting to cover water and search for fish, I'm telling you, the lipless crankbait is the way to go. Another really cool and really quick thing I'll mention to you guys is if you do enjoy using 6 cent stuff and you order offline, you can actually get 10% off your order if you use my code popping up right now, right here. If you guys want to try that out, you don't have to, no big deal. Moving right along. The next search bait I like to use, guys, spinner baits, like I said, okay? Now, again, we're going back to something, I don't make things complicated with my color selection. Like, I don't have a million different colors of the same bait. That's not me. All right, so I've got a solid white spinnerbait and I've got a white and chartreuse spinnerbait. In all honesty, I don't like this one because it's got a gold blade on it. Gold, I guess. I prefer the silver blades, and I think this was probably given to me. I'm not even 100% sure because I know for a fact I wouldn't have bought anything with a gold blade on it just because I don't like using gold blades. Silver blade's perfect, double willow leaf, and guys, this is it. This is what you need. Two of the best search baits, hands down, that you could get: a lipless crankbait or a big, fat, chunky, thick spinnerbait. So with search baits being covered, moving right along to everybody's favorite, right? Top water. All right, I'm gonna show you guys a couple of my favorite top water lures. We are missing one. I'll just kind of honorably mention it real quick. The buzz bait, okay? A solid black buzz bait. That, guys, I'm so serious. A solid black buzz bait, and the fish, the amount of fish you catch, the quality of those fish, it's just insane. I'm gonna try my best, okay? I'm gonna try my best to link an article down below in the description, all right? I have nothing to do with this article, but there was a guy that has caught over 1,100 10-pound bass on a black buzzbait night fishing. So I'm gonna try to find that article, and I'm gonna link it down below so you guys can kind of check that out. But with that being said, a spook, okay? I have a spook sitting right here beside me. This is a 6-inch Dogma 115. This is in a baby shag color. All right, so something that I'll mention, okay, this is just another kind of shooter's preference. I don't go crazy with colors on anything, guys. The fish are gonna see, this may kind of roll in the water, so the fish might actually see the side of the bait, but 90% of the time, this is gonna be a reaction bait for a, you know, you're searching for a reaction bite. The belly, guys, that's all you're concerned with. So I got a white belly right here. It's got kind of like a purplish tint to it, kind of like some fish scales would have. So the color doesn't get any more perfect than this, so that's what I like to use for that. Then we have poppers, okay? Little bitty poppers. This is just solid black. This is actually a monster bass popper. This came in the June box as well. Solid black, guys. Like I said, I literally just got done saying solid black buzzbait, solid black popper, frogs. I mean, just anything. It doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter. So next up, we've got the old frog. Okay, everybody loves catching them on a frog. I love catching them on a frog too. Don't get me wrong, but there's just something about catching big fish on a buzzbait, guys. I'm telling you, you can't beat it. You just really can't beat it. But this is actually a really worn out, beaten up Spro frog. It's a Spro popping frog. Literally favorite color frog ever, okay? Until, as of recent, where I changed my whole perspective on frog fishing. That Booyah Pad Crasher, hard to beat frog. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap this video up. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you have any specific baits that you like to use for summertime bass fishing, please feel free to drop those down in the comments below. You know, you can help another angler out. Maybe somebody's coming to look at this video at the comment section to see, hey, what is everybody else using? Let me find out what they're using. Let me try to use what they're using. Be a bro, help somebody out in the comments. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll catch y'all next time.